From the 7'2" big man having a lethal combo of height and skills to being the legacy of a legendary record-holding NBA player, here's why athletes should be scared of Bol Bol. With the free agency season of 2023 coming around, players are either signing new contracts, getting waived, or getting those big extensions. In July 2023, the Orlando Magic waved goodbye to Bol Bol, and now the 7'2" forward is now up for grabs by any team. The player was just starting to find his groove in the NBA and played a solid 70 games and had his best stats ever, averaging 9.1 points, 5.8 rebounds, and 1.6 blocks per game. Those numbers are right up there with top draft picks like Victor Wembanyama and Chet Holmgren. And it's not every day you come across a player with Bol's height, skills, and abilities. He's one of those rare 7-footer unicorns who can shoot threes, protect the rim, and even create his own shot off the dribble or in the post. Talk about versatility. Now, imagine having a player like Bol Bol on your team during the playoffs. He could be the X factor that takes your squad to the championship. With his unique set of skills, he's exactly the kind of asset needed to make an impact on a championship run. This guy is literally the best value free agent out there, and it's a no-brainer that he'll be a huge threat to any team he opposes. Sure, his getting waived is a bummer, but this could turn out to be a good thing for him. The new collective bargaining agreement means a lot of the top contenders are low on cash. Just take a look at teams like the Phoenix Suns, Miami Heat, and Golden State Warriors, for example. The Suns, with Bradley Beal joining forces with Kevin Durant and Devin Booker, have a killer big three but a pretty thin bench. They really need some scoring power beyond their star trio. And hey, both the Warriors and the Heat lost some key rotation players to free agency. The Warriors saw Dante DiVincenzo sign up with the Knicks, while the Heat said goodbye to Max Strus, who's off to the Cavaliers, and Gabe Vincent, who's now rocking the Lakers jersey. On top of that, lack of size was a major downfall for these teams in the playoffs. This is where Bol Bol could come in handy, bringing some much-needed length to the front court of either roster. He's like a high-risk, high-reward option, you know? There's a good chance that a contender will snatch him up and give him a shot to compete for some solid minutes on the court. After all, he did prove to be an amazing investment for the Orlando Magic. Seriously, nobody saw this guy coming and making such a huge impact on the team in just 17 games. He's been an absolute breakout player this season, surpassing everyone's expectations. Originally seen as a backup to Wendell Carter, the surprise star has taken charge and started 12 games, making the Denver Nuggets and Boston Celtics look like fools for giving up on him. Whether he's forming a fearsome partnership with Carter in the paint or wreaking havoc alongside the second unit and Mo Bamba, Bol Bol has shown he can do it all for the Magic. So it's clear that the big man's importance to the Orlando Magic is off the charts, and I've got some numbers here to back it up. The Magic were supposed to be a defensive force, but they ranked a disappointing 25th in points allowed per 100 possessions. But when Bol Bol's on the court, that number improves significantly to 110.2, which would easily put them in the top 10 in the league. That's a huge difference. And let's not forget about his mobility. This dude can move with or without the ball, contest shots that seem impossible to reach, and quickly recover from his own or his teammates' mistakes. The Magic may have been poor on their defense, but Bol was definitely holding his own. Sure, he might not be the fastest guy out there, and opponents can beat him off the dribble, but you know what? His IQ and sheer size make up for it. He's a prime example of how you can use your physique to your benefit. Height can't be taught, and Bol knows how to make the most of this natural advantage. Now here's the exciting part. Offensively, Bol's been a lifesaver for the Magic. He's averaged a solid 13.3 points per game and has been knocking down threes at an impressive 43.8% rate. Keep in mind, I'm judging from the limited number of games he's played, but he's already attempting close to 2 shots from downtown per game. If he can increase that to around 3 attempts while maintaining his shooting accuracy, it would be a total game changer for the entire team. So, bottom line, Bol Bol was the real deal for the Orlando Magic. It's no surprise that he led the team, with an impressive field goal percentage of 66.7%. But what's super surprising is how comfortable he looks handling the ball outside of the paint and even bringing it up to the court. It's not exactly where the Magic wanted him to be all the time, but there's something cool about having a giant who can handle and shoot from the outside. He mentioned how all he needed was an opportunity to showcase his skills on both ends of the court, and how the more he plays, the more comfortable he gets. And that with time, he understands the game a lot better, both offensively and defensively. So, it makes sense that athletes like Bol are on everyone's mind right now.
He's going to find you in there. Rebounded by Bowles. Bol with the spin move and the step through and drops the hammer. And That's going to bring the roof down if the Amway.
Plus, as the league keeps evolving with versatile players, it's hard to ignore his impact. Like I said, he's so similar to players like Victor Wembanyama that the league is buzzing about. If you want one number to back up this claim, look no further than 14.9. That's Bol's player impact estimate, which ranked him 47th in the entire NBA. To put it into perspective, Karl Anthony Towns is below him, and Devin Booker and LeBron James are only a few decimal points ahead. Turns out, Bol was the highest-ranked Magic player on that list, closely followed by the electrifying rookie Paolo Banchero. And if you're still not convinced that Bol is a beast on court, you gotta take a look at his player efficiency rating. Guess what? The Kansas City athlete has the highest rating among all the players that were on the Magic, sitting at a cool 20.5. In fact, Bol is a top 40 player in the league when it comes to peer. But I get it, ratings can be shady, and that's why I gotta tell you that watching the big man on the court is an absolute treat. Sure, he may not have name recognition or the flashy game, but none of that matters here, because Bol's been one of the biggest surprises of the young NBA season. And get this, he's the only guy who's 7'2" and has shooting splits of 60% from the field, 41% from downtown, and 80% from the free throw line over a minimum of 500 regular season minutes. That's some crazy efficiency! And if he can get his free throws back on track, he might just join the legendary Dirk Nowitzki in the elite 50-40-90 club. The star's true shooting percentage is in the top 30, sitting at a solid 66.2. To be honest with you, it's no wonder this guy's game is so impressive. He must have learned it from the best, aka his old man. Yup, it's true. Bol's father is the legendary Manute Bol. That man was way ahead of his time and had an insane 8'6" wingspan and could drain three-pointers like it was nobody's business. Oh, and he could also send opponents' shots into oblivion with his whopping 3.3 blocks per game. Only Mark Eaton could top that. Now, 28 years after Manute's last NBA game, his son Bol's carrying on the family legacy. He's just as lethal at making shots as he is at blocking them, and NBA stars of all sizes have struggled to get past his ridiculously long arms. But Bol's already racked up about 40 blocks, making him third in the league. That's an impressive 17.3% of field goals swatted away, so it's safe to say that he's here to stay. He's following in his father's footsteps, and let me tell you, once Bol's potential started to shine through, people were left speechless. I'm talking about reactions like, "He's a freak," and "It's hard to really describe Bol Bol." Terrence Ross hit the nail on the head when he said that. It's just mind-blowing to witness this dude in action. So yeah, Bol is making some serious noise in the NBA, and the future looks bright for this tall and talented player. So there you have it, from being the legacy of a legendary record-holding NBA player to the 7'2" big man having a lethal combo of height and skills. That's why athletes should be scared of Bol Bol.